Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Software Spotlight. Today I'm joined by Liz of Pleo. Liz, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Currently joining you from really sunny East London, so all happy my side. How are you?
That's what we like to hear. I'm in sunny Southend, sunny for a change. It's never normally sunny, but brilliant. So, how long have you been in the industry? How long have you been in the fintech space?
Probably not as long as maybe some of your other guests. I joined about 2 years ago now. So my background has always been like sales or account management and partnerships. So it's very much that relationship building, but I've actually worked across a variety of different sectors and now find myself within the partnerships team at Pleo.
That's brilliant. So, how does Pleo work?
So quite simply, we're a company spend solution. So it means that we help business owners basically track, control, and automate all of their spend. So we do that through giving users or employees a smart MasterCard so they can put all their expenses through on a Pleo card. That helps automate their expenses process. They upload the receipt through the app. Managers and of course accountants can actually have that real-time visibility and ensure that their accounts and the books all look tidy at the end of month, while equally maintaining that sense of control. So it's very much about enabling users to remain productive on the go, spending through the Pleo MasterCard, while leaders can equally have that sense of control and visibility.
Sounds brilliant. So, what drew you to Pleo as a company to work for?
Well, funny story. I was actually interviewing at a competitor. It was a few years ago now. And in doing so, always do my research and read around what's going on in the industry and the kind of sentiment around the product. I think it's really important for me to attach my brand against a product that I feel really proud of. And to be honest, I mean, I won't say which competitor, but I wasn't that happy with what I was reading. The customers weren't necessarily that happy and stuff. And in doing so, actually led me to Pleo in doing further research and kind of what led me to obviously apply for a job. So initially, that is what attracted me. It was the really kind of passionate customer centricity that I could sense, and really working with a product that I felt was truly innovative and going places. But I think the thing that ultimately made me stay and was kind of sticky when it came to the recruitment process of Pleo and why I'm still here is the warmth of the people that they hire. I think the culture at Pleo is something that's super unique and something that they very much prioritize in trying to find the right candidates that really align with these core values. So I think that's what makes it a really special place.
Yeah, I mean, company culture is really important. And as well, believing in the products that you're selling is very important as well. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm so glad to be on 4.0, because I truly believe in what we do. And I think we've got a good product. Same goes for you and Pleo. So that's great to hear.
Exactly. It becomes less of a job in that sense. It's more,
Absolutely.
something you truly champion and get behind.
100%. So, is there any integration potential for Pleo? I know you lightly touched on automation. Does it hook up with anything?
We do. So as I said, we're a product very much for business owners, but equally for accountants. So of course, we've got the core UK accounting softwares that we do integrate with, such as like Xero, QuickBooks, FreeAgent, and Sage. So yeah, again, it makes it really easy for expenses to start populating in the Pleo dashboard, but then equally for you to export and push that through to your accounts of choice. And then, yeah, we have some super exciting open API stuff coming up next year, which I know that you guys are eagerly awaiting. So I can't say too much on that for now, but it's coming for next year.
Oh, that's brilliant. So, what would describe your ideal client?
Well, there's two kind of customer profiles with Pleo. There's the kind of user side, if you like. So businesses that, of course, need to track and automate their finances. And really that can span anyone and everyone. Like, we work with such different amazing sectors that there's no sense of a specialty, if you like. And again, in the sense of all different shapes and sizes. So we started out very much as that SME solution, but over the last year or so have very much moved up market. So I'd say we're probably best optimized for businesses that sit below 500 headcount. And then the other kind of customer profile is, of course, our accounting community. So this is very much my bread and butter. I look after all UK accountants that partner with us. So those that are, quite forward thinking, quite agile, and really keen to obviously digitize as much as they can in-house and become paperless, but equally those that are looking for that best solution for their clients that they can recommend and truly kind of strengthen that app advisory. So yeah, forward thinking businesses, all different shapes and sizes, and then accountants that are perhaps a little bit more modern in their way of thinking as well.
So what would you say is your favorite feature? Do you have a favorite feature within Pleo?
Can I say two?
I have go two. For it.
One of them is, I guess, from like a personal perspective, it's our reimbursements feature. So it's basically when you are, for whatever reason, can't spend on a Pleo card. This actually happened to me a good few months ago now, when I needed to basically pay a taxi in cash. Quickly just withdrew some money using my personal NatWest, paid the taxi driver, submitting it through the Pleo app still, so uploaded that receipt, and then was actually able to get reimbursed directly back from Pleo, my company, to my personal NatWest within literally 5-10 minutes.
Wow.
So that was awesome. That was a real kind of, I guess, aha moment for me, if you like, to get that.
That's
kind
a quick turnaround.
Yeah, it's nice, and it means that, of course, you don't need to bother with end of month payroll. And yeah, I think that was pretty cool for me. The other feature, which is kind of a beast in its own right, is really where in the last year we've broadened now from expenses into invoices. So that is equally another favorite of mine, just purely because of what it signifies, I think, for the accounting industry, and that it's super exciting that accountants can now actually get a lot closer to their clients' finances, their clients' books, and actually help manage the accounts payable side of things as well, with processing, approving, and then actually paying their clients' supplier bills on their behalf. So that's really cool. Definitely helps change that perception from Pleo just being about expenses. As I said, it's all about being that company spend solution that's quite holistic.
So what would you say separates Pleo from the competition? Are there any specific characteristics or benefits that differ from the others?
It's a really interesting time to be in the space, I would say. It's definitely hotting up. I think what's clear is that there seems to be like a new kid on the block every day, which is really cool. It means that it's a great time to be in the space. But equally, it keeps us on our toes. And it means that we're constantly innovating and kind of keeping pulse on actually what else is going on out there, and making sure that we are very much, that kind of no-brainer go-to solution for all of your company spend. So where we've tried to distinguish is really being that all-in-one solution. So truly end-to-end, being that, you spend on a Pleo MasterCard, it's tracked literally from that point of purchase. And the aim is that all of the kind of touch points, or all of the individuals, involved along that journey, from the time that you make that expense through to it actually being in your accounts at the end of the month, is truly automated, is truly centralized, and, having a tool that's flexible enough to accommodate all the different sorts of stakeholders involved. So I think that's the key thing. And as said, like, we've really broadened out what the product can do, certainly in the last 18 months, from just doing expenses now to also including mileage, to including kind of petty cash handling, to withdrawing money from an ATM, to getting that direct reimbursement back to your card, to now purchase invoices. So in terms of our competitor landscape, we've equally broadened into a lot of arenas, if you like. So it's a really interesting time for sure. And it's constantly an area to kind of keep tabs on, I think.
Definitely. So you did mention, obviously, that there are some changes coming as far as the Open API goes, which I won't get into too much. But are there any other new features or updates on the way?
Yes, as ever. Always really busy. I think the key thing is that we've pretty much built everything we would like to build at this point. It's really about honing and iterating and tweaking it to make sure that it's as good as it could possibly be. So even with like the purchase invoices feature, for example, the thing that we're currently working on is the complex layers of approvals. So depending on how big a business you are, there's going to be different sorts of sign-offs and approval flows that you would like to bake in as part of getting an invoice paid. So that would be the part that, for example, we're slowly building out as we speak. And then future things coming up, such as like multi-entity. So if you're a huge business and you've got several different sites that you need to manage from one pot of money, again, we'd like to include that as part of the offering. But more broadly speaking, it's kind of big European market expansion. So next year we are looking to really kind of land and expand in as many different European markets as we can. So at the moment we're live in 6 different territories, being, oh God, didn't practice this. Okay, Germany, UK, Ireland, Spain, Sweden, Denmark. There we go. But yeah, next year that's going to be quite a few many more. Yeah. So that's what's coming next.
Perfect. So if someone watching this would like to get started using Pleo, what is their next call of action?
So quite simply, they can get going through the website, so pleo.io. You can easily sign up there. We equally have a new free plan that we just launched, which means that it's great if you do want to test out the product entirely for free, which is really cool. So they can do that and obviously sign up. Equally, if you do work with an external accountant, I'd encourage that you also double check with them. We do have an amazing partner program. There's all equally kind of favorable discounts and rates that they can guarantee you, and they can also help with onboarding as well. So do double check with them. Or of course, just reach out and speak to me. I'm always available on LinkedIn if you have any questions.
Perfect. So you know what to do, viewer. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick chat, Liz. It's been brilliant to learn a little bit more about Pleo. And thank you all for watching this episode of Software Spotlight. See you next time.
Thank you.